Alright, boys and girls, today we're gonna talk about sunsetting. Yay! The thing we all dread in the upcoming DLC Beyond Light that's is going to be released in 26 days. But here's the thing, it might not be that bad of a deal that we all think, or most of us thought for a while. Now, I'm gonna explain why this isn't that bad and hopefully change your mind to see it in a more positive way than a negative way, and that it's going to change the gameplay. It's going to change your gameplay, the way you play the game. It's going to change the loadout. It might change strategy for certain things and other things like that. The game has gone stale for a really long time. The last time we had a really big change was back in Forsaken, which released what almost 2 years ago, if not even 2 years ago. I don't know exactly, but almost, let's just say 1.5 to 2 years ago was the last time we had a big change to our gameplay and loadout with the release of Forsaken and the implementation of randomized rolled weapons, which did have a huge impact on the game and our loadouts and kind of the way we played. It also added well, I guess the farming or grind, if you will. We didn't really need to grind for anything apart from maybe armors because they had different perks on them, and I think they had slightly different stats. They're not like they are now when they have stats for basically everything. I think there was only like resilience, recovery, and moment speed, if I'm not incorrect. So the changes there have had a big impact, and I think that Beyond Light might have the same. I mean, probably a little less because all it's adding is a new subclass, which, if it doesn't synergize with the weapons, might not have as a big of an impact as it could have. So, yeah, they just have to be careful with that. If they do implement it, or like some perks on some weapons that goes really well or hand in hand with the new stasis power, maybe you deal more damage to frozen enemies. Maybe if you kill, kind of like a shield disruption, but killing in frozen enemies causes shrapnel to fly around, dealing massive damage. I've already seen that that's a thing, and I guess that was an ability or something like that. But maybe there will be some perk that kind of takes advantage of that and stuff like that. But I don't really know yet. I don't know if anyone knows yet. So we just have to wait and see. But the whole reason to why I think the sunsetting is good, even though I was against it and still a little bit against it, because there are some legendary weapons I do like and I'm gonna miss them a lot, I guess. But that is that it's going to change how you play and your loadout, and potentially the perks are going to be new, and we're going to go for different perk combination instead of just rampage or multi-kill clip with feeding frenzy or outlaw. Just, those standards are same old. And hopefully we will have more options of different weapons instead of just, hey, you want a submachine gun, use recluse. Yeah, there is no other freaking like competitor to it. Like, yeah, I've seen a lot of people using Actyless submachine gun, and I've started using it a bit now, mainly because I'm kind of bored of recluse, and the Actyless isn't that bad. I have dynamic sway reduction and tap trigger, so to make it really stable, and it actually dishes out quite a nice damage, even though it doesn't have any extra damaging perks on it. So hey, it might actually in a way compete with Recluse. The only problem is that Recluse has Master of Arms, which makes it so a kill with any weapons that you have in load will increase critical damage with Recluse. I believe it's only with Recluse, but the fact that you can activate it with any weapons is pretty nice. So there is that. So but being forced to use new weapons and use new perks was the only way for, well, Bungie to make us actually use new weapons and perks. And I can see why, because most of the time, I mean, look at all the seasons and all the weapons that season passes and seasonal activities has brought out, even with new perks that come with these seasons, and how many of them are we actually using? Pretty much none of them. I would say that all from Seraph were pretty terrible, although I kind of used it and I actually like the whole like mods with it and all of that they kind of went for. When you kill an enemy, they can drop I think it was like a Warmind cell, and if you shoot it enough, it blows up and it actually dished out a lot of damage, and the explosive range was actually pretty big. It was actually really fun to have, although the weapons were pretty weak, and I think that the whole point of it was just to blow shit up with Warmind cells that wanted you to, well, play differently, get some kills, hopefully have a Warmind cell drop, blow it up to kill the rest of the enemies around, or pick it up. And I don't really remember what that did, but I think it increased your damage with your next Warmind cell or with your 7 Seraph weapons. I'm not entirely sure because it was a long time ago since I played it in a way. But that was kind of cool. Sadly, it was in a season that was terrible. So terrible that it was actually used renamed to Season of Worthless. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. But the whole combination with, hey, use this weapon, get some kills, have a Warmind cell to spawn, blow it up, or pick it up for extra damage or something like that, it's pretty cool. I like that idea. And no one used that pretty much. I saw a lot of people use it, but right after that season, barely any people are using it right now. I'm not even using it right now. It's just doesn't stick for that very long, and that's what Bungie kind of wants us to. Like, they want us to actually stick with it for a bit, or for at least longer than what we're actually doing. And I guess this is why sunsetting is happening, because they want us to use new perks, new weapons, and maybe play differently to what we are actually doing right now. And since we still have the option of using the old loadout and play in the old ways, there's no real way for us to actually use it. They can't really make us use it, so we go back. But by stopping us from going back and forcing us to use this, they have a little bit more control of what we're doing and how we're playing and stuff like that. And I kind of agree with that in a way, because it does get stale and boring to playing Destiny in the same way every single day. So having, the change in weapons, in hopefully perks, and hopefully they synergize really well with the new stasis powers, it might actually be fun to play, because as of now it's not that fun to play in the same way over and over and over again. And yeah, no, I kind of look forward to it now, even though, as I said, I have some legendaries that I really like. But if they handle this correctly with the new perks and weapons, I will gladly take the change. So anyways, but that's kind of what I want to say. Like, we might have actually a new game changer. It's going to change how we play. We might actually enjoy the game. We might actually have more tactics now with the perk combinations and weapons and other things like that. So hopefully I changed some of your minds, or may you see it in a different way, and maybe have more of a positive look towards this sun setting. So yeah, but anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next one. Bye.